Whiskey Jason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskey. Blue Spot! Yay! Irish whiskey, finally! Wow, it's been a long time coming. Now this will, at the moment it's an Irish-only release, and so I did buy these bottles from Ireland. 80 euros is what they cost there. Unfortunately, I bought them from Jameson directly, so I paid 35 euros to have them sent over here to Germany, 2 bottles. So that means I'm paying 97 euros 50, about 100 bucks, about 110 bucks per bottle at the moment. That's the way it is. So why are we so happy to have the Blue Spot? Well, we've had the yellow spot, which is a 12-year-old. We've had the green spot, which is a 10-year-old. Then there were 2 wine finishes including. We've had the red spot, the 15-year-old, and people have been talking about the Blue Spot now for a few years, and finally, the end of 2020, they brought it out, and it's a cask strength, 58.7%, 7-year-old single pot still Irish whiskey in bourbon and sherry casks matured, plus a Madeira finish. Ooh. Now, to be very, very honest, when you go to, I always have the problem. I want to say, I'm gonna show you my problem here. I want to say Michters. I've been brainwashed to say Michters, and it's Mitchell's. Mitchell's & Son are wine merchants that have been around since, when was it here? 1887, when they expanded into the whiskey business, or bonding business. Really, really interesting thing here, all right? So in 1805, the Mitchells, a family of Irish merchants, started trading at 10 Graham Street in the heart of Dublin City. I've been there. It's very interesting. Originally purveyors of confectionaries, wines, and fortified wines. In 1887, the family expanded into the whiskey bonding business. I don't think any other bottle says bonding. I think the first time they've used the word bonding is with the Blue Spot, please correct me if I'm wrong, which is actually a call out to Louise from J.J. Corey, which has introduced this word into the Irish whiskey language. Congratulations. They consider themselves bonders because they are. Mitchells have been actually just using their casks. They were, as I said, they had wine, they had fortified wine, and they would take it to the Irish distillers, which would be in this case usually Jameson, and say, fill them up, please. And they specialized in single pot still whiskey, which is, of course, malted barley and unmalted barley. We use unmalted barley in Ireland because the evil British, sorry guys, taxed the malted barley in Ireland, and so the Irish said, let's save some tax and use unmalted barley instead. And it gives a very, very unique, oily, spicy note, which I like. I like single pot Irish whiskey. Maybe my favorite whiskeys are the Redbreasts. The 21-year-old is maybe my favorite Irish whiskey standard bottling out there. So talking about that, I have as comparison the Redbreast 12-year-old. Why? Well, first of all, it's a very similar bottling. We have here the B2, it's the 2019 batch, and I have 55.8. We have 58.7 over here. So they're somewhat similar, and they're basically the same basis. Sherry and bourbon plus Madeira. Yeah, we don't have a Madeira finish here, but we do here, and this is 12, this is 7. So the value for money, we're around over here in Germany about 65 euros for this, and it's 80 some euros for that. So this is produced by the Irish Distillers, Pernod Ricard, basically, in Middleton. This is also produced by Pernod Ricard, but it's distributed here by Mitchell's. So what we have here is Mitchell & Son, fine wines and spirits in Dublin. Very, very good. From a tradition dating to 1805 comes the inspiration for Blue Spot, single pot still Irish whiskey, triple distilled, matured, and bottled for. Now, the interesting thing is there is actually very little evidence that the Blue Spot had Madeira in it. Now, there are so-called trading lists on which Madeira is listed, but nowhere was there a unique connection between 7-year-old Blue Spot and the Madeira. And the same thing with Marsala, and the same thing with the other different colors that we have with the red and green and so on. All right, so let's take a look at the color here. Whoops, I didn't pour any of the Redbreast yet. Shame on me. So from the color here, they are fairly similar. The 7-year-old is a tiny little bit lighter on the nose. Single pot Irish whiskey, yay! With a little bit of a forest strawberry moment. Madeira is for me very, very often a red berry moment. I love the 12-year-old cask strength. If you're going to recommend an Irish whiskey, this is the recommendation I would have for all the bourbon drinkers out there in the world. Go for a Redbreast 12-year-old cask strength and be converted to the Irish side. All right, let's try this. 58.7%. So the fruitiness is a little bit unique. I'm not used to having that much fruitiness in my single pot still. Now all the spots, the red spot, the yellow spot, the green spots, and the blue spots are all very fruity. Why? Wine merchants use their old casks and put that whiskey in there, and therefore that's the way it is. There's a nice oily feel to this, and it's actually a nice, gentle progression here in my mouth. Now, the alcohol with 58.7% is more than evident. You can water it down a little bit and just let it open up and see what happens. All right, let's go over to the the Redbreast. It's a little bit drier, but very, very well done. It's actually, it's got more of a wood moment that goes through this, a spicy type of moment, as well as a malty moment. This actually, and this one kind of goes like this, and there's like a little bit of a dip in there, and it goes back up. That dip is a little bit of a woody type of sawdusty moment, and the blue spot just goes through the whole way. The entire time you have a fruitiness with all that spiciness involved together, and you create a nice harmonious mouthfeel, as well as an experience, a tasting experience here. Do I like this better? A tiny little bit. Why? It's more natural. It's more original. It's more what I'm used to as well. Let's go back to the blue spot. It's a little bit younger, also on the palate. It's a little bit more spicy, a little bit hotter, and also there's a little bit more of that fruitiness kicking in and developing through the entire time. This is actually my favorite. I prefer this rather than this. Shame on me, I know. But I am very happy to be able to taste the red spot. Very difficult to get. So far, I think I've only had 3 bottles that I've shared with others. I have 2 bottles of the blue. I've had 3 bottles so far of the yellow that I've also shared a lot with, and of the green. Of the 3 together, I'm sure I've had 10 bottles in total that I've actually been able to share and help other people recognize what a wonderful product the spots are. Will you be able to find it in America? 2021, 2022 maybe. This is a limited release at the beginning in Ireland, and they will roll it out sooner or later to other countries. And I'm sure it'll make it to the States, but it's going to take a while. 7-year-old single malt in this case. Single pot still is a little bit still unique. And in cask strength, to put it out and to deliver it to us fans is actually a treat. And I thank you very much, Mitchell's and Son. Thank you that you have spoiled us with a wonderful, wonderful product that I can highly recommend to everyone that wants to try it. I'm going to give this actually a B-. Value for money is more of a C minus. 80 euros is not the worst part. Handling, shipping, packaging is the problem for me at the moment, but hey, that's the way things are. But it's sold out. Sold out in Ireland. It's sold out, and hopefully you'll be able to get that 2021. Who knows when the next batch of this will come on the market and people will actually be able to try it. And oh, by the way, every year the alcohol by volume might actually change a little bit because it is a batch product. So this year it's 58.7, just like this was a batch, as I said before, B219, which is 55.8, and maybe B319, which wasn't there. It's a B120, may have been then 56.4, it might have been 52.3. It changes according to what the barrels are they use to make this. All right, thank you very much for watching. Whiskey Jason here. My question of the day is, what is your favorite spot from Mitchell's and Son? I must actually say that probably the red spot is probably my favorite. I really like that. It's also the most expensive. Then we would have the blue spot, which I really like because of the ABV. I did not like the yellow spot. The Mazzala just didn't do it for me. I'm sorry. So I'm going to go with the different green spots, the different ones that we have there. And then I would, at the end, I would put the yellow spot. Personal opinion. What is your ranking for the spots? Have you tried all 5 of them at the moment? No, it's actually 6. We have the 4, we have red, yellow, green, and blue, and we have the 2 special ones that were actually made for the green spots. Thank you very much for watching. Please tell others. Please share this video. Please be so kind as to comment down below, and I will see you soon. Whiskey Jason here. Yay! Blue spot.